What's going on, everyone? It's time for another slasher horror film review. Today, I'm actually going to talk about a more modern horror film that came out like like a couple years ago. But a lot of people like to hate on it, so let's talk about it because I finally got to watch it. Yeah, today we're talking about Black Christmas 2019. Yeah, I own it. I bought it because it was like $3 or something, and I was just like, I haven't seen this yet. Let me buy it. What a waste of money. Yeah, Black Christmas, the 2019 remake. It was released by Universal Pictures December 13th, 2019. It was produced by Jason Blum, Ben Cosgrove, and Adam Hendricks or whatever. Hendricks. Written by April Wolfman, co-written and directed by Sophia Tackle, who, yeah, she never did anything in like the horror genre or anything like that, but she's done other films like Always Shine, The Zone, Molly's Theory of Reality, Gabby on the Roof in July. This had a budget of $5 million and it made just over $18.5 million when it was released. Now, this was released pretty much right before the pandemic. So, and then all that fun stuff happened, and basically this went straight to streaming. But boy, this people tear this thing apart. And I can tell you why. It is horrible. um, yeah, so there's no real actual like characters or anything in this film. So basically, let me try to give you a summary of the movie at least. So there's a sorority house, and there are all these annoying girls, and they slowly start getting picked off, and yeah, and it ends up being a male cult by some cult, which ends up being like males and stuff, with some really outlandish like reasoning. So yeah, so let's go into this thing. A lot of people spoiled this already, so I don't really care if I do or not. So you know what, spoilers, just be careful because I tend to blurt things out anyways. So yeah, but first off, like the acting's not too bad in this, and it's shot well, but and the special effects is okay. But this film was written like a Tinder argument. The first half of the film, there's no real structure to it. It's just a whole pile of girls bitching about guys and stuff like that, and like how they're not accepted and stuff like that. And the masculinity. It focuses a lot on masculinity and all that. And there's like this religious cult behind it. And it's like, oh, this guy who's king of guys is going to, yeah, basically, we dip our fingers in this black goop, and all of a sudden, this masculine guy possesses over us, and we go kill all these girls that don't appreciate us, and all this nonsense, stuff that doesn't make sense, and it's just like, okay, so clearly this was made, like, a lot of people are calling this a feminist movie, which I can see why. That pretty much is. And yeah, and I don't know why they made it. They tarnished such a name. There's such an iconic movie, Black Christmas, and you had like the slightest homages to it, but absolutely nothing resembles Black Christmas in this. There's more to Black Christmas in the Black 2006 remake that was a violent bloodshed mess, and yeah, that's way more passable than this. This movie is terrible. There's like no story at all. The villain's stupid, and there's no actual characters. Just a whole pile of whiny girls. It's like basically watching like someone argue on Facebook on film. That's basically all this movie is, and yeah, there's nothing really good for it. I'm doing it. This film is pretty awful. I don't know how many times I can tell you how awful this movie's gonna be, but yeah, I was definitely not a fan. I was so bored through this. I'm pretty sure I went and smoked a couple bongs like 8 times throughout this whole movie because I was so bored and wanted to do something else. But like I'm the type of person, if I put a movie on, I have to see how it like watch it all the way through. So yeah, so I kind of like tortured myself here in watching this, and then yeah, so as I yeah, the film progresses, it just gets worse and worse, and yeah, and then abruptly ends too. like the face of the cult, they come out and then it just goes to the credits. And I'm like, okay, like, what does that mean? I guess it's a cliffhanger because they're probably going to try to do a sequel, even though everyone's ripping this thing to shreds. I don't think they will. And, yeah, or they will, and people go and see how bad it is. But yeah, this is a sad excuse for a movie. But also, it's still not the worst thing out there. I've seen worse. Like, there's April Fool's Day, the 2008 remake. That's worse than this. And at least The Exorcist tapes, that's worse than this. Hereditary, that's worse than this. Yeah. I think Hereditary is worse than this. This is probably equally as bad as I think Hereditary is, but yeah. So yeah. Overall, pretty terrible movie. Was not a fan of it. Don't care for it. It's not scary in the slightest. Like, you can let a 5-year-old watch this and it won't be that bad. And yeah, all the kills are off screen. Like, why? Like, how do you make a remake of a slasher film and put all the kills off screen, and then have some like stupid cult thing? Like, I like the change up of it, but they really need to hone in. They clearly did not know what they were doing, and the director's more of a drama film director, so I'm not surprised that there's more bickering and arguing and nonsensical things like that in this film than anything else. Sadly, this is a really disappointing movie, and I know a lot of people agree on that. So, but yeah, I just thought I should throw my 2 cents out here. I agree with the majority of what people are saying. This is pretty boring and pretty bad. I don't think it's the worst movie out there. I think there's way worse, but this is between the 3 Black Christmas movies that are out, this is by far the worst. So yeah, you know what they say, third one's always the worst. Well, half of that's not true, but yeah, this one, awful. I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 5 though, because I am a little generous. I thought it was shot nice. Some of the actors were good. They just didn't have anything to work with. And yeah, the writer and director should never do anything in horror again. That's what I think. So there's a trailer for this linked down below if you really want to check it out and see what I'm talking about. And also, if and also link down below is my Instagram. Those are always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. 9 times out of 10, they're way better than this film. And I usually have the film title hashtag and subject on film and the hashtag so you're aware of it. And also, link down below is my Letterbox therapy reviews. It's where I post my first starter after watching the film. So follow me on one of those 2 platforms, stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. Let me know if you want me to do the other 2 Black Christmas movies sometime soon. If you want me to do my opinions, because I haven't done those yet either. So if you want me to do that before the holidays, let me know in the comments. And yeah. And make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also so you can hear my opinions on classic films, new films coming out, and somewhat new films like this as well. And yeah, reviews on other things as well. So make sure you subscribe and yeah, ring that bell because well, now that I sat through this, I think I need a little good jolly old chuckle and stuff. So let's check out Black Friday, the zombie comedy. So I'm going to be going that route for the next one. It is on Prime, so if you want to like check it out before you watch it, you can check it out there. And this is also on, at least on the Canadian, this is on the Canadian Netflix if you really want to check it out too. So, but yeah, that's it for this one. So watch out for all those psychotic girls out there making horror films that make no sense and have no realistic place in horror. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So now hopefully it's way better than this. So until then, cheers. Why did I put myself through that? Jesus.